Hi friends, welcome to the part 2 video of important national parks and sanctuaries with the help of previous year questions. First question, from the ecological point of view, which one of the following assume importance in being a good link between the Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats? Which is the good link between this Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats? Okay, so you have to think mainly about the national parks and wildlife sanctuaries within the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. I have already told you in the first part, that is the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve starts with Naharol National Park. Okay, Naharol, which is continued by Bandipur National Park, Wildlife Sanctuary, and then there is Mudumalai. Okay, Mudumalai, and then there is Satyamangalam, and here there is a Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary, and then here there is Silent Valley and Mukurti. Okay, so which national park or tiger reserve will probably come? Because here Naharol, which is also in option, but it is in the northern end of the Biosphere Reserve, Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, which cannot be acting as a good link between the Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. Okay, so you have to see the national park or tiger reserve which most probably in the Tamil Nadu. So the correct answer is Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve. Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve. Okay, in the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary, there is another current affairs where the Crispa Olga spider is being discovered, which is thought extinct over 150 years ago. Okay, in the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary at the lake called Puttanahalli Lake. Okay, this lake is a freshwater lake. Okay, this is a freshwater lake. Then coming again to Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve, I have already dealt in detail about the part 1 video. Okay, about this Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve. But to refresh, some of the important points are, it is also a Project Tiger Reserve, and then it is also awarded recently T/2 award. Okay, which is to encourage the T/2 goal, where we have to double the tiger population within the 2022 year. Okay, and it is given by World Wildlife Fund, T/2 award. Okay, and then now about Nallamala Forest. So you can see this Nallamala Forest falls both in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Nallamala Forest recently is in current affairs because recently Telangana government has ordered and anonymously passed a resolution not to conduct uranium exploration within this forest. And then Nallamala Forest, River Krishna is bound by River Krishna in the north and Pennar in the south. Okay, in the Nallamala Forest. The major portion of the Nallamala Forest is covered with Nagarjuna Srisailam Tiger Reserve. Okay, which has the largest core tiger area in our country, which is also dealt in the part 1 of the video. Okay, in this Nagarjuna Srisailam Tiger Reserve, River Krishna passes, and there is another important thing, which is in this Nallamala Tiger Reserve also tribes, the PVTG tribe, important PVTG tribe, Senchu is present here. They speak Dravidian language. Okay, they speak Dravidian language. The rock system belonging to this Nallamala Forest is also called as Kadapa system, Kadapa rock system. Okay, Kadapa system. And there is another tiger reserve within this Nallamala Forest. It is called as Arumbad, ARUMBAD, Arumbad Tiger Reserve within this Nallamala Forest. The next question. Recently, there was a proposal to translocate some of the lions from their natural habitat in Gujarat, So the lions are only in the Gujarat, which is Gir National Park. Okay, and habitat in Gujarat to which one of the following sites? Okay, so the potential answer is the site which is proposed to translocate the Asian cheetahs also. Asian illa, African cheetahs. Okay, it is Kuno Palpur Wildlife Sanctuary, which is in Madhya Pradesh. Kuno Palpur Wildlife Sanctuary is in Madhya Pradesh. Jim Corbett, I have already dealt in this about this national park in part 1 video. Okay, Jim Corbett National Park is situated in Uttarakhand, and it is also called as Hailey National Park. Hailey National Park, and it is one of Asia's first national park, and river Ram Ganga flows within this Corbett National Park. And when we come to Kuno Palpur, this is Madhya Pradesh. Okay, Madhya Pradesh map, and here near Gwalior, Kuno Palpur National Park is present. Okay, river Kuno flows bisecting this Kuno Palpur National Park. Okay, this Kuno river is a tributary of Chambal River. Chambal River, and this Kuno Palpur has the potential because of its various diversity, where there is open forest, savanna, dry deciduous forest, moist deciduous forest. Because of this potential, it has the potential to host the 4 big cats. Okay, in India. What are all the cats? They have the potential, not hosting today. Okay, till this time they are not hosting, they have the potential. Okay, it is lions, tigers, cheetahs, and then leopards. They have the potential to host this. Okay, and the next option is Mudumalai. Mudumalai also we have dealt in the previous part, but some of the important point to brush up, it is one of the 96 sites which has CATS accredited site. CATS means Conservation Assured Tiger Standards. Okay, Conservation Assured Tiger Standards, and it also has elephant grass. Elephant grass. This grass is also called as Napier grass or Uganda grass. It is a native of Africa. Okay, and this Mudumalai is also famous for Project Tiger and Project Elephant. Next, Sarishka National Park. Next is Sarishka National Park. Sarishka National Park is in Rajasthan. And in this national park there is a fort called Kankarwadi Fort. This is where the Dara Shikoh was kept house arrested by Aurangzeb in this fort only. And there is also a Hanuman temple, okay, within this national park, and this is located in the foothills of Aravalli Hills. Sarishka National Park is located in the foothills of Aravalli Hills. Okay, and recently it is in news because there is a wildfire broke within this national park, and there is a report called Frontiers Report. Frontiers Report, which is released annually by UNEP. In this report, they acknowledge the threat of wildfire as a growing phenomena in the natural hazardous area. Okay. Next, which of the following national parks is unique in being a swamp with floating vegetation that support a rich biodiversity? It is a simple question. The answer is Kaibul Lamjo National Park, which is situated in Manipur. Kaibul Lamjo National Park, which is situated in Manipur. This national park is situated within the Lotak Lake. Okay, and this Lotak Lake is a Ramsar site, and it is also added in Montex record. Okay, Montex record, and this river is famous for the floating habitat, which is also called as PUMDIS. PHUMDIS. It is nothing but floating organic matters. Floating organic matters, and they are divided into sinking PUMDIS and floating PUMDIS. In local language, Arupa, Alota. Okay, and there is a important species which has its habitat in this Kaibul Lamjo National Park. It is Shanghai deer. Shanghai deer, and it is the state animal of Manipur. This Shanghai deer is the state animal of Manipur. Okay, and then next, about Bhitarkanika National Park. Bhitarkanika National Park. Bhitarkanika National Park is in Orissa. Bhitarkanika National Park is in Orissa. Bhitarkanika comprises of 3 important reserves. They are Bhitarkanika National Park, Bhitarkanika Wildlife Sanctuary, and then Gahirmada Marine Sanctuary. This all comprises of Bhitarkanika National Park. Okay, and they are famous for its mass nesting site of olive ridley turtles. Olive ridley turtles. This phenomena is called as Haribada. This mass nesting of olive ridley turtle is called as Haribada, and then they are the smallest of turtles, which is found in India. Smallest of turtles, and they are carnivorous. Okay, and these Bhitarkanika National Park is formed in the estuaries of rivers like Mahanadi, Brahmini, Baitarini, and Damra. These 4 rivers forms the estuaries of the Bhitarkanika National Park and Gahirmada National Park. Okay, from Gahirmada to Rushikolya is the nesting site of the olive ridley turtles. Okay, and then this is the map. Okay, here the Bhitarkanika National Park is present. Vitarkanika National Park is present. Here Gahirmada will be here, okay, and here Rishikolya river. From here to here the mass nesting is present in the olive ridley turtles, okay. And near this Mahanadi river only Paradip port is present. Near this Mahanadi river Paradip port is present. And then this is the Lotak lake, which is present within the Manipur lake. Manipur. This is Lotak lake. Within this Lotak lake there is Kaibul Lamjo National Park, okay. Whole area is Lotak and this area is Kaibul Lamjo National Park, okay. And the next option is Keoladeo. Keoladeo National Park is also called this is present in Rajasthan. It is present in the Central Asian migratory flyway. So the important birds like pelican, goose, ducks will come and visit in the winter, okay. And then it is in the confluence of Gambhir and Banganga river. It is present in the confluence of Gambhir and Banganga river system, and there are some major threats to this national park. They are, the water is dependent on the monsoon and reservoir called as Ajan Bandh reservoir, okay. Due to the irrational of the rainfall and the deteriorating water quality in this reservoir, there is a major threat of both on quality and quantity of the water, okay. And then there is another threat because of noise pollution. Noise pollution which is caused by the nearby city, which is Bharatpur. And other threat is due to the invasive species, presence of invasive species such as Prosophis julifera, and then Plasplum. And then Echinonia, EINCHHORNIA, Echinonia, okay. Some of the threat of invasive species, and this Keoladeo National Park is UNESCO World Heritage Site, Ramsar Site, and this is also included in the, because of these threats, this is also included in the Montex record. Okay. Here is the Keoladeo National Park. Next, Sultanpur National Park. Sultanpur National Park is present in Haryana. Sultanpur National Park is present in Haryana, which is recently accorded Ramsar site, okay. Next question, which one of the following national park has the climate that varies from tropical to subtropical, temperate and arctic? Varying climate. In part 1 we dealt with the same climate, alpine climate. It is, the answer is what? Valley of Flowers. The answer is Valley of Flowers. Okay. Now it is they are asking about the varying climate from tropical to subtropical to temperate to Arctic. Okay. For this, the answer is Namadappa National Park. Okay. Namadappa National Park is in Arunachal Pradesh and it is present in the Mishmi Hills. Mishmi Hills in Patkai range. Patkai range at the peak of Dampa Bum. Okay, Dampa Bum. DHUPHA. Dampa Bum. Okay, and there is a river called Neoding river, which is a tributary of Brahmaputra. Okay, and it is also famous for its orchids, and especially famous for the blue vanda, which is located in the Schedule 6 of the Wildlife Protection Act. Okay, then next is we will deal with Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga National Park is in Sikkim, and it is accorded UNESCO World Heritage Site. World Heritage Site in 2016. Okay, and it is one of the most important UNESCO World Heritage Site because it is the one and only mixed heritage site in India. Mixed heritage site, which has both cultural and natural significance. The Kanchenjunga peak is the third highest peak in India, and there is a famous glacier called Zemu Glacier inside this Kanchenjunga National Park. Okay, Zemu Glacier. And this Kanchenjunga National Park is sacred for many peoples. Okay, and some of them call them Buddhist, call them Beyul, 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 sacred place. Okay, and then Lepcha tribes also call them as sacred site. Okay, Mayal Ling, they call them as Mayal Ling, Mayellyang, Mayal Ling. Next one is Nanda Devi. Nanda Devi is in Uttarakhand. Okay, together with Nanda Devi and Valley of Flowers only we will call it as Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. Okay, and inside Nanda Devi, Rishi Ganga forms a beautiful gorge inside this Nanda Devi, and it is a rugged topography, as I already told in the part 1 of the video. It has a rugged topography. And then Neora Valley. Neora Valley is in West Bengal. We already dealt with this Neora Valley in the part 1, and it is also contiguous with Pangolaka Wildlife Sanctuary in Sikkim, and Torsa Strict Forest in Bhutan. This Torsa is near the disputed area of Doklam. Area. Okay, and this is famous for red panda. Neora Valley is famous for its red panda, and both temperate and tropical forest. So the answer is Namadappa National Park. Okay. See, here is the Kanchenjunga National Park. And Gangtok is the capital of Sikkim. And here there is another national park. This national park is Pangolaka National Park. Here Pangolaka, and here Torsa will come. Here Niora Valley will come. Okay, they all are contingents. And there is a river called Raitang River, which flows inside this Kanchenjunga National Park. Raitang River. Rangpo River flows within this Pangolaka National Park. And this whole area is Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. Which is present in the borders of Indochina. This Nanda Devi is present in the borders of Indochina, and here Niora Valley is present. Okay, and here Namadappa is present. Namadappa. Next question. Consider the following pairs. Dampa Tiger Reserve, Kaumati Wildlife Sanctuary, Saramadi Peak. Okay, first we will deal about Dampa Tiger Reserve. Dampa Tiger Reserve is in Mizoram only. Okay, Dampa Tiger Reserve is in Mizoram, and it is famous for its clouded leopards. This tiger reserve has the highest density of clouded leopards in Southeast Asia, in whole of Southeast Asia. Okay, and locally this clouded leopards are called as seral, S-E-L-R-A-L, serals. This clouded leopard IUCN status is vulnerable, and CITES status is Appendix 1. CITES is kept under Appendix 1. And there is another important species within this Dampa, which is marbled cats. Marbled cats. Its IUCN status is near threatened. Near threatened. Okay, and its local name is Sangraha. Then Kaumati Wildlife Sanctuary. It is located in Tripura. It is located in Tripura. Okay, Kaumati Wildlife Sanctuary. There is nothing special about this sanctuary, but it is located in the southeast of the state, southeastern part of the state. And there are some other important wildlife sanctuaries, national park, located inside Tripura. They are Trishana National Park, which is also called as Bison Reserve, which is famous for its bison reserve. Okay, and Saramadi Peak. Saramadi Peak is in Nagaland only. Okay, and it is in the junction of Nagaland Myanmar area. Okay, Saramadi Peak, and this Saramadi Peak is in winter snow capped, and in summer the snows are melted and flows river called Likimro River. Okay, this is Dampa Wildlife Sanctuary, which is in Mizoram. Dampa Wildlife Sanctuary. This is Kaumti Wildlife Sanctuary. Here Trishana National Park is there, and here Clouded Leopard National Park is there. Name itself Clouded Leopard, or it is also called as Sepa Hijala Wildlife Sanctuary. Here is where India's one and only clouded leopards breeding center is there. Okay, and this is Saramadi Peak. Okay, Saramadi Peak. Kohima is the capital of Nagaland. Next, consider the following pairs: Nokrek Biosphere Reserve, Lotang Lake, Namadappa National Park. Okay, Nokrek, we will deal about this biosphere reserve. Nokrek Biosphere Reserve. It is in Meghalaya, and it is present in Garo Hills only. Okay, Garo Hills only, and this is also, as the name suggests, it is UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, Nokrek Biosphere Reserve, and within the adjacent to this Biosphere Reserve, there is another national park which is Balpakaram. Balpakaram National Park. Balpakaram National Park, and in this Garo Hills, Tura is the largest town which is present in the Tura Peak. Okay, and this Nokrek Biosphere Reserve is also famous for its gene pool of citrus fruits. Gene pool of citrus fruits, and there is some famous rivers within this Nokrek Biosphere Reserve: Simsang, Darang, Garol. All are tributaries of Brahmaputra. Okay, all are tributaries of Brahmaputra, and we have dealt enough with Lotak Lake, and it is not in the burial range. Okay, burial range is not here within this Lotak Lake. And then Namadappa National Park also we have dealt, and we know that it is in Mishmi Hills in Patkai range, not in Dafla Hills. Okay, Dafla Hills also is within the Arunachal Pradesh only, but it is not in the Namadappa area. Okay, so the answer is 1 only. Okay, the Balpakaram will come here, Balpakaram National Park. Okay, see, so we know that here is the Namadappa National Park, and Dafla Hills is here. Okay, and burial range is here, but it is Manipur, and we know that Lotak Lake is here. Okay, last question. Consider the following pairs: National Park, rivers flowing through the park. Corbett, Jim Corbett National Park, it is not Ganga, we already know it is Ram Ganga. And Kaziranga National Park, it is river Dilpu, Dilphu, Dilpu river, and not Manas. Okay, Silent Valley National Park, we know that river Kundipura flows and not Kaveri. Okay, and about Kaziranga National Park. Kaziranga National Park is in Assam, one of the 7 national parks, and it is famous for its conservation efforts of Big Four, not cats, Big Four. Big Four are Bengal tiger, elephant, one-horned rhinoceros, one-horned rhino, and Asiatic wild buffalo. Asiatic wild buffalo. This Asiatic wild buffalo is included in the CITES Appendix 3 list. Okay, and this Kaziranga has the distinction to have hosting the highest population of this one-horned rhinoceros. Highest density is in Prohibitora National Park, which is also in Assam. Highest density, but highest population is in Kaziranga National Park. Okay, and Kaziranga National Park, National Highway 37 passes through it. Within this Kaziranga National Park, National Highway 37 passes through it, and it is in the floodplains of Brahmaputra. And regarding Silent Valley, we have already dealt in the part 1 video. Okay, Silent Valley National Park. It is called Silent Valley because of the absence of cicadas, insects. CICADAS, cicadas, insects. Okay, and because of its increased biodiversity, it is also regarded as a gene pool for recombinant DNA innovations by ICAR. Okay, Indian Council for Agriculture Research. Increased innovation for recombinant DNA innovations by ICAR. Okay, and the river passing through it is Kundipura, which ultimately flows in Bharatpura. Okay, so the answer is none of them are correct. So the Kaziranga is present here. Okay, Manas is here. How the river Manas can flow here? Okay, and Raimora and Diyan Patkai is the latest national parks. Okay, which is added in this Assam. Thank you.